Welcome to the Media Bubble Podcast. It's a podcast that talks about all geeky, media-related topics. I'm Fredrik and he's Karol. Let's get this show on the road.
Hello everyone.
Hello everyone and welcome to this episode called Versus. And Karol, you don't really know yet what this episode really is, don't you?
Yeah, so Fredrik has kept me in the dark. I was not even allowed to see what we're gonna be talking about because he made a giant wall full of slides that say, don't go further.
Yeah, and that might have been a bit silly, but
It worked.
What we are going to do is kind of simple. I'm going to show you a picture of two different things, and each of us are just going to choose what of them we like the most.
Okay, so it's not a bracket, it's just versus. Choose A or B.
Yeah, maybe a little explanation, maybe. That depends on. But anyway, that's kind of what this is. Choose either A or B and sometimes C.
Okay, let's go for it. I'm excited to see what you have cooked up for me.
Okay, if we go to the first slide, this is a simple one. Blue versus red.
I don't like either of these colors.
Which one do you prefer of them?
I think I'd rather like blue.
I'm red. Okay, next slide. DC versus Marvel.
Okay, so just because I have more experience with Marvel, so I'm gonna choose Marvel. I watched more movies, I read more comic books, and I enjoyed it a little bit more.
Yeah, I like Marvel a bit more than DC also. Next slide.
Ooh,
We have
we're going fast.
Mario versus Crash. And I'm not sure if this is... I think I'm more thought of this of games more than the characters themselves.
Yeah, so less of a mascot, just like the games that they have.
And if you're wondering why I chose Crash, it's because I know that Karol has a bit more growing up with Crash, if I'm remembering correct.
I think I played almost all the games but the newest one because I can't seem to find the time. But what? Let me hear your opinion. What do you think?
Well, if we're talking about games, then I would take Mario. If we were talking about the character, then I might have taken Crash, to be honest. But games themselves and the overall qualities and just how goddamn many Mario games there are,
Yeah,
kind of just makes me choose Mario.
I think also the sheer quantity of genres. You have golfing games, tennis games, party games, racing games, platformers, spin-offs, soccer games. I have to choose Mario.
Okay, have you started to understand the concept of this video?
Yeah, just our different likes, I suppose. Or how well do we like the same stuff?
Okay, next slide. We have Coca-Cola versus Pepsi.
I don't drink Coca-Cola or Pepsi.
You don't drink either.
No, I hate soft drinks.
You hate them.
Well, okay. I have a lot of holes in my teeth. I get holes really easily, so I try to stay away from fizzy, sugary stuff.
Okay, do you remember the difference between these two?
What is the difference? Okay, Pepsi is worse. I like Coca-Cola more.
Okay, I like Coca-Cola more also.
It has
Let's move on.
Pepsi has this weird aftertaste.
Okay, we have Guardians of the Galaxy versus the 2000 and what was this? 21, the Suicide Squad. And if you're wondering why I chose these movies, both are directed by James Gunn.
Guardians of the Galaxy but only because I have yet to see the Suicide Squad.
Okay. I think I'm taking the Guardians also, but I will say the Suicide Squad was a really fun movie. Okay, next. Hamburger versus pizza.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with pizza.
Well, me too. Hamburger is good, but I just feel like pizza has that extra thing.
Okay.
We have dogs versus cats.
How many of these questions have you prepared? Are we going too fast, too slow?
We're going in a pretty decent pace, I feel like.
Okay. If you want to slow it down, we can just continue the topic. But I am a cat person. I have a cat. I love my cat. My cat loves me. We're a happy family. This is biased.
I would choose dogs because I feel like cats is a bit of untrustworthy, but that's just me.
Yeah, but I mean it. If we're gonna be honest, both are wonderful pets. Just dogs love you unconditionally, but cats, if they love you, you're the like one of the few people they love, which makes it special.
Is that your relationship with your cat?
She only my cat. She lets me do everything to her. Like I can pet her, I can hold her, I can hold in my hands. She doesn't let anyone else put her in and get in the hands. Like
okay,
but let's continue.
Okay, next we have Cuphead versus Overcooked.
We played both of them.
Yeah, that's kind of why I did this slide. I would probably say Cuphead because that game is fun. We're doing both single player and multiplayer. While Overcooked you can pretty much just do multiplayer. Like it's so boring to do single player.
I have to agree. They're both good games, great to play with pals. But Cuphead has the advantage of it also being enjoyable on its own.
Yeah, but I would also say that Overcooked if you are playing multiplayer, then Overcooked might be actually better.
Yeah, but for the sake of the argument, let's say Cuphead.
Okay, Cuphead. Okay, we have Viking versus Knights.
Vikings, come on, easy.
Yeah, Vikings. Okay, we have the original Twilight film versus Vampire Academy.
How dare you do this to me? This is evil.
This was one of those that I was waiting for.
This is like me forcing to choose between my favorite child.
Oh.
Twilight. Fuck. I want to say Twilight because there's more of it, but I have to give it Twilight. Okay, Twilight.
This was even better than I was expecting.
Because like Twilight, it's good. It's a staple classic. This is like I can't look, but Vampire Academy, I have to give it. It's goofy. It's fun. I haven't read the books. It's fast. It's a silly movie if you make it a silly movie. But Twilight.
I'm going to say Vampire Academy because I just enjoyed your explanation of that movie more than I enjoyed watching Twilight. Just for people to know, we have done episode on both of these movies.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have
both were my idea too.
The TV series Once Upon a Time versus the TV series Grimm. Have you what? I would take Once Upon a Time. Like I felt like Grimm in the later season just became stale a while. And Once Upon a Time was also kind of stale, but the weird shit that show did sometimes I just felt made it somewhat enjoyable.
I think because we also did an episode about Once Upon a Time, so I feel like I have enough understanding that it's a weird show. The thing is, I was really invested in Grimm because I really, really liked the vibe of the whole show. Small town community, monster people, just like a badass policeman solving crimes. I really vibed with the whole like setting, so Grimm for me.
Okay, Grimm for you then.
Ice cream versus soda? What is this?
Yeah, ice cream versus soda. What do you prefer?
Ice cream.
I prefer soda.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Probably chocolate.
For me, it's lemon.
Okay, next we have flying versus going on a boat. I
Mm,
would say going on a boat for me. I don't really like flying that much.
I mean, you're also afraid of heights.
Yeah, that too.
Um, I'd say flying. I know
O-
it's bad for the environment, but on a flight, I just turn off. I just sleep. So it's just like a time skip for me.
Okay. Next we have Bulbasaur versus Charmander versus Squirtle.
I know which one. Which one is yours?
Which one is it?
It's Squirrel.
Yeah, that's correct.
Can you guess
I
which
think
one is mine?
I think yours is Bulbasaur.
Yeah, it is.
The popular choice. We didn't choose it, either of us.
We are hipsters like that. Yes.
Yeah. Next we have Phineas and Ferb versus Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls.
Yeah, I would take Phineas and Ferb, and the biggest reason is because I didn't really watch Gravity Falls that much.
I
It was I stopped kind of watching cartoons at that time.
I started watching Gravity Falls around the like final episodes, and it's so cool. But because it gives it's a little bit similar vibe to Night Vale slash Grimm, with it being set in like a foresty community, which is weird. This is why I want to go to Oregon because of Gravity Falls.
Yeah, I guess it somewhat is.
And,
Well,
and
next.
yeah, next. Let's not linger.
Okay, Superman versus Batman. Batman for me.
Why Batman? Sell me on him.
I just feel like Superman is kind of a boring superhero, to be honest. Batman has more complex things to do. I guess I like his rogue gallery also a bit more, and well, and he doesn't really have superpowers, so he has to think of other ways to beat his foes, I guess.
Yeah, he doesn't have superpowers. He only has trauma. I'm gonna go with Batman.
Okay, next we have Twix versus Apple.
Apple.
I would say Twix, and this is also a reference to some earlier episode of ours.
Amazing. It didn't even click for me.
Twix was the winner of our chocolate bar episode, and Apple was the winner of our fruit episode.
As I said before, cavities. I have a lot of, so I have to eat apples.
Okay, next we have Full Metal Alchemist versus Attack on Titan.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. It was kind of hard to kind of come up with anime topics because I don't really know exactly what you have watched and not.
Yeah, I don't talk about that much about anime anymore, do I?
No, not me either, really.
I think we might. I mean, it's okay to outgrow some topics. If we feel like there's something worth talking about, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Next one we have Vampire versus Werewolf.
How dare you do this to me? It's like choosing between two of my favorite children.
Why are monster topics the hardest for you? Well, I would take Werewolf.
Look, before, like, last year, if you'd ask me which one, I'd go with Werewolf. But after being through so much vampire stuff, I have to say vampires. But I hold both of them in my heart.
Okay, next we have Gossip Girl versus Pretty Little Liars.
Pretty Little Liars.
I would say probably take Gossip Girl here.
Okay, let me sell you on one weird thing that happened in Pretty Little Liars. Okay. So, the girls are chased by someone named A, and there's like, in seasons there's different A. So A stole eggs, like, they stole eggs from one of the girls, inseminated them and planted them in another girl, so she would give birth to a child from a dead guy.
Oh, what? Let's move on.
Let's move on.
We have Snow versus... oh, no, this was supposed to be Winter versus Summer.
Winter, all the way.
I would probably say Summer. I don't really like cold that much.
You know what? I can see that, but I prefer cold to warmth. Because warmth you cannot escape, but cold you can probably warm yourself up with.
Well, that is a point actually. I would probably still say summer.
Sheldon versus...
Abed from Community. You told me that you had seen Community.
I've seen Community. I forgot the name. Abed, like easily.
Yeah, Abed for me too.
Like Sheldon, he's a bad person.
Okay, next.
I can guess yours on this one.
Coffee versus tea. What do you want to guess then?
You're like coffee more.
Yeah, I don't drink tea ever.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
When I came to your house and you started microwaving the water for my tea, I was horrified.
That's the way that my mother does it.
I was horrified.
Well, you probably will choose tea here.
Yes, I do. I have a wide collection of tea in my house, and I love I have chai, I have berry, I have summer flavor. I have a lot of tea.
Okay, next. Denmark versus Norway.
Oh, let's get controversial.
I'm going to choose Denmark because I have actually been to Denmark and I have never been to Norway.
So I've been to both. I'm gonna say Denmark as well, because Norway, from my experience, it's a beautiful country, but a lot of the cities, they're really widespread. So a lot of the towns are like really small, just like villas. So Denmark has more to offer for me.
Okay. And next we have Cloud versus Link. I would choose Cloud. Yeah, I just feel like he has more personality.
He does, and I have to agree. But can you... there is one thing I don't understand. Look at Cloud's like backpack thingy. What the hell is that?
I don't know.
It's like holsters on holsters on holsters.
Well, anyway, I think we have to move a little bit faster through this, Karol, just so you know.
Yeah, I am on the next one already. It's electric scooters versus bicycles.
Yeah, I would take a bike. What would you take, Karol?
I do have an app installed for the electric bikes, so I feel like I have to take electric.
Okay, next. We have Teenage Ben 10 versus Kid Ben 10.
Kid on the fact that I've seen more episodes of the old show than the newer one.
Yeah, I would take Kid Ben 10 too. I just enjoyed the show more then. And we have Tom Hanks versus Tom Cruise. I would take Tom Hanks. Just enjoy the movies he has done more.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, next we have Scooby Doo, the original, or the Scooby Doo 2002 live action movie versus its sequel, Scooby Doo 2.
Scooby Doo 2. I hold the original dear in my heart, but like Scooby Doo 2 had like a more clear vision.
Yeah, I would take Scooby Doo 2.
2.
Also a reference to one of our episodes. We have two mangas here. We have One Piece versus Dragon Ball. I would take One Piece, but that was kind of obvious.
I've read more of One Piece than I've read of Dragon Ball, so I take One Piece.
Okay, let's see. Next we have the Nintendo Switch versus PS4.
I use both pretty frequently.
This is kind of hard because I enjoy the two consoles a lot, me too. But I'm kind of a Nintendo person, so I guess I'm going to choose the Switch.
I'd say both consoles do different things well enough so that I can stand apart from me, because Switch is really comfortable to play handheld. But when I want to play Final Fantasy, I play on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
It has an MMO, goddammit, on it.
Yeah. What would you choose?
For currently, I use Switch more, so it's Switch.
Okay. Let's see. We have Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man versus Tom Holland Spider-Man.
It's like choosing between my favorite kids.
Okay.
No, it's not.
I would take Tom Holland. I just feel like he has the best combined with probably the better movies combined with the better Spider-Man.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, next we have the original DuckTales from the 80s versus the 2017 DuckTales.
I seen way more fan art of the new DuckTales. I'll go with the new DuckTales.
Yeah, and I kind of grew up on the old DuckTales cartoon, so I'm going to take the original. While I like the original a lot, I will also admit that the 2017 version is a really good remake. Actually, I really enjoyed that. But as I said, childhood nostalgia and uh, and just that it's a particularly good cartoon kind of makes me go with DuckTales, the original. We have Captain America versus Iron Man. I'm going to take Captain America. I just enjoy him more.
I'm gonna take Iron Man because he's a flawed man, which makes him interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. We have football versus ice hockey.
Ice hockey.
Yeah, ice hockey for me too. Okay, next we have McDonald's versus Burger King.
What's your opinion?
I'm probably going to take Burger King because I never eat at McDonald's and I don't really eat that much at Burger King either. But someday it can happen that I'm eating at Burger King. McDonald's, I never go to.
I say Burger King as well. Like if I have to go and get like a fast food bit to eat, it's either Max or Burger King.
Okay, next. The Simpsons versus Family Guy. The Simpsons for me.
Family Guy has more memes.
Okay, that for you then. Okay, we have Asterix versus Tintin, which is both European comics. I'm going to say Tintin.
For the comics, Tintin. For the like movie series, Asterix, but Tintin in this case.
Okay. Next we have let's see.
Why is this here?
Let's see if I can remember the names correctly. Adrian Lacrest versus Cat Noir. I'm going to take Cat Noir because I just like his personality a bit more.
And you don't like Adrian because of his personality?
No, I like him too, but I'm just enjoying Cat Noir a bit more. Yeah, I mean they look kind of similar, so you almost would think that they would be the same person, but
there's just something about them that makes me feel that. But I'm gonna say Cat Noir also.
Okay. Did I surprise you with that one?
I did not expect Ladybug to be on here.
Okay, we have wine versus beer.
Beer.
I'm going to take wine for me. I don't really like beer.
You know what? That depends, actually. What kind of wine do you like?
I can drink both red and white.
Would you like more like sweet ones or like bitter ones?
I don't know, maybe sweet.
Because if it's a really sweet wine, I agree. It really hits the spot. But with beer, what you can do this to fix the awful taste is to put some honey in it.
Do you put honey in your beer?
Yes, I do.
Okay, next.
Let's gloss over that.
Well, we have to go through this in some kind of speed. Teen Wolf versus Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
As much as it's hurt to say it, Buffy all the way.
Yeah, Buffy for me too. Let's see, we have Cats versus Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. And I specifically chose this because I knew that these were two movies that Karol didn't like.
We were so close to go to see Cats in the opera. Actually, I almost got the tickets.
Yeah.
Is it which one I like? Which one I like more or hate more?
Which one you like more?
Cats.
I would take Jumanji.
Cats is an indescribable mess, but it's a mess. Jumanji is a mess.
Okay. Next we have The song I Won't Say I'm in Love from Hercules versus the song A Whole New World from Aladdin.
I won't say I'm in love. I know almost all the song in Polish.
Yeah, I would say I Won't Say I'm in Love too. Like that song just swings in a fun way. Okay, next we have Coca-Cola versus Fanta.
Fanta.
I would probably say Coca-Cola, but I really like Fanta.
Yeah.
Next, Kim Possible versus Shigo. I would take Kim.
What's her name?
Shigo.
Shigo, yeah.
I would take Kim at least. Next, we have Puzzle versus Going Our Walk in the Woods.
Walk in the Woods.
I would take Puzzle. I enjoy walks in the woods too, but yeah. Okay, next we have Mickey Mouse versus Donald Duck versus Goofy.
Unpopular opinion, but Goofy.
I'm not sure if that is unpopular, or I'm not really sure what is popular opinion here, but I would say Donald Duck.
Yeah, I think Mario, not Mario, Mickey. he just emanates the same energy, just like brand mascot.
Okay, next, TikTok versus Instagram. I would take Instagram.
I don't use either of these.
Yeah, but do you know what these are about at least?
I know what TikTok is, but I never. I guess I know. TikTok, just to be hip with the kids.
Oh, okay. Okay, next we have Ian McKellen cat versus Taylor Swift cat.
They put eye collar on Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, they did.
Oh my god, the disrespect.
I would take Ian McKellen because I just feel like he has a bit more to do in the story.
Yeah, because he did. Taylor had one song and then she disappears.
Yeah. What would you take, Karol?
You're bringing up such bad memories. How dare you?
Sorry. What would you take?
Ian McKellen cat.
Okay. Next we have Avengers Infinity War versus Avengers Endgame. I would take Endgame.
Endgame was the end, right?
Yeah. Infinity War was when they kind of Thanos came in and kind of destroyed everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Endgame.
Okay, next. Sora versus Riku. I would take Sora.
I'm gonna say Sora.
Okay, next we have Cinema Roll versus what was this called in English? Danish pastry, I think.
Danish pastry.
I would take Cinema Roll.
Okay, and then we have
Emma Watson versus Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
I would say Emma Watson.
Because she was in Cruella, right?
Yeah. I'm actually surprised that you took Caribou with your Harry Potter history.
I think I'm trying to forget. And also, like, Emma Watson, she played in Beauty and the Beast, and she slayed that role for me.
Okay, next we have two popular songs from this year. We have Heat Waves versus Harry Styles' As It Was.
I didn't listen to any of it. Wait, what? When it was from this year?
Yeah, these were two popular songs from this year.
If you want to, can we pause and can I listen to it?
And just to say this, Karol had apparently never heard of these songs, even thought I felt like they have been played on the radio quite a lot, but
yeah, I had to give him a re-listen since I know, like, I actually figured out I knew the songs, I just never knew the names of them.
Okay. So, which one do you prefer then, Karol?
Harry Styles, As It Was. That's a definitive choice.
Nah, not for me. For me, it's Heat Waves. I just feel like that song flows so nice and groovy.
Yeah, but that's okay. We can have different opinions.
Okay, next we have Amy Rose versus Lola Bunny.
Amy Rose because they took that from the Boom series.
Yeah, these are from the respective series. I would take Amy Rose too. She has a bit of a mind at least.
Yeah, I mean, I do love like a weird ass stalker Lola because she slays. This
Mm.
girl knows what she wants, but Amy is more fun.
Okay, then we have Netflix versus HBO Max, and I took HBO Max because I think that's the only one that I know that you own.
Yes, I'm gonna say Netflix actually because HBO Max, as we have maybe mentioned previously, took down a lot of shows, and I really think it's a bad move on their part.
Okay, I would probably take Netflix myself because I haven't really I don't HBO Max is one of the few streaming service I don't own. I couldn't take some of the other streaming service because Disney Plus would have been too obvious of an answer from Carol, I feel like, and Amazon I wasn't sure if he had.
No, I don't have Amazon Prime.
Okay, next we have Wonder Woman versus Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. My Marvel bio is showing.
I would say Wonder Woman because I know a little bit more about her. Like I watched some cartoon when I was young that was called Justice League. Let's see. Next we have knives and forks versus chopsticks.
Chopsticks.
I would take knife and forks.
I think chopsticks are fun to use. It always brings me joy when I get to use them.
Okay, next Once Upon a Time in Hollywood versus The Shape of Water.
Two movies which we have seen.
Yes, that's exactly why I picked them.
I think I have to pick The Shape of Water because I don't think we spoke in here on the podcast, but Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, there's like a lot of build up, a thing happens and it ends and like you're left unfulfilled.
I would actually still take Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I enjoyed the ride even if the ending was somewhat disappointing.
Yeah, I can see it. They're both good movies. I just like the symbolism in the Guillermo del Toro's one better.
Okay, next we have the classic Chip and Dale versus the Rescue Rangers Chip and Dale versus the newest Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie Chip and Dale.
I'll take the Chip and Dale from the new Rescue Rangers Chip and Dale.
I would take from probably the original cartoon.
Chip and Dale.
Yeah. I just felt like putting them in here because they have kind of started to been some weird reference in a couple of episodes.
They did, actually.
Okay, next we have the X-Men versus Gintama.
The X-Men.
I would take the X-Men.
I know Gintama from their one sketch when they were in a bathhouse, and they had like their junk jumbled up with some like demons.
Okay, next we have Winnie the Pooh from the movie Christopher Robin versus Paddington from the Paddington movies.
Winnie the Pooh, obviously.
No, I actually would take, like, if there were any other Winnie the Pooh, I would actually take Winnie the Pooh because I love Winnie the Pooh, but I have seen the Paddington movies and they are some of the most charming movies I have ever seen. So I would actually take Paddington.
Alrighty then.
Okay, just this specific version of Winnie the Pooh, even if that Winnie the Pooh is quite funny too. Okay, next. Miniature golf versus beach volleyball. I would take miniature golf.
I wonder why. I'm gonna say miniature golf as well.
Okay, next we have from Fire Emblem Three Houses, the three different houses. We have Red Eagle, Blue Lions, and Golden Deer, I think their name was.
From which standpoint are we choosing? The characters, which will we like to belong to?
Well, you can choose whatever you want. I would say Blue Lions at least.
I think the Golden Deer for me.
Okay, next we have Harry Potter and Ginny versus Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger.
I liked the Ron and Hermione ship better.
Yeah, me too. Next, we have Delicious in Dungeons versus the Kawaii Complex Guide to Manner and Hostile Behavior. Another reference to one of our episodes.
I'm gonna say still Delicious in Dungeon. Both of the series are really cool, but I'm still reading the Delicious in Dungeon. There's more of it.
I would say the Kawaii Complex to Manners and Hostile Behaviors. That name is a mouthful.
It is.
Okay, next we have Your Welcome from the film Moana versus the Bare Necessity from the Jungle Book.
How many slides are there left?
A couple. We are coming close to the end.
Okay, I'm gonna say You're Welcome.
Even thought your dislike for Dwayne Johnson.
I find him palatable in Moana because he doesn't play himself. It's actually Maui.
I would say the bare necessities. Okay, next we have reading versus watching TV. I would say watching TV.
I wanna say reading, but I borrow books from the library and I never read them, so I have to say TV.
Okay, next Catwoman versus Black Cat.
Catwoman.
I would say Black Cat. Next, we have Welcome to Night Vale episode 112 Citizen Spotlight versus Welcome to Night Vale episode 122 Community Spotlight.
God damn it. I mean, the first one, 112, because we messed up on our previous episode.
Yeah, we kind of spelled a little bit wrongly in the slides in the Welcome to Night Vale episode.
Now I can take the blame because I feel I made the slides, so I made the goof.
I would take episode 112 Citizen Spotlight. That was just a good episode.
Yeah, there's like a big arc going on that if you want to, you should listen to. It's scary.
Next, we have a thumbs up versus an other.
Is this picture? Is this symbolism?
No, this is just me starting to do a bunch of random stuff now.
I feel like a thumbs up, which symbolizes the like our listeners can give to our YouTube videos, or leave a review on the podcatcher of your choice.
Okay, let's say a thumbs up for me too then. Next we have the film Beethoven from or 90 films Beethoven versus the 2010 video game Disney Universe.
Holy smokes, do you remember that game? I almost I erased it from my consciousness.
I would say Beethoven for me here.
I'm gonna say Disney Universe.
Okay, next we have Bubbles versus Lana Del Rey's second album, Born to Die.
Bubbles.
Yeah, Bubbles.
I love Lana Del Rey, but I feel like I would betray our Bubbles if
our friend.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have half price sale up to 50% off versus the Eiffel Tower.
Is this half price? What is it applicable to? Is it like, do you have anything you want to sell me, or?
No, not specifically. Just half price.
I'm gonna say Eiffel Tower because I tried to be frugal.
Okay, Eiffel Tower then. Probably that for me too. We have the main villain from the 1995 film Casper versus whatever happens in the next picture.
So you have a MILF, like a ghost MILF, and this. I'm gonna go with the MILF, honestly. She gives the energy I want to emanate.
In this case, I probably would have to go with her too. Okay, next we have this picture of Doctor Strange versus this picture of a scene from Food Wars.
Yeah, so for our podcast listeners, we have a scene where Doctor Strange awakens his third eyes at the end of Universe of Madness, which I don't understand what even happened, and a anime character being smeared in honey by human-shaped bees, and she's smiling and enjoying it.
I would probably take Food Wars because that's
Yeah, Food Wars.
that scene.
I think.
Okay,
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, next we have the song "Simp" Squirrels in My Pants from Phineas and Ferb versus the nudist Yaks from Zootopia. I would take Simp.
Look, I say it's a well-known fact that I'm furry adjacent on this podcast, but I'm not, so I'm gonna go with Simp.
Okay, next we have El Matador versus Scrappy Doo in a lobster costume.
I'm gonna say with El Matador.
Yeah, probably me in this case too. Next we have these two images, one of a video game text and one of an anime text.
Your cookies have my mix into the dough.
And we have a picture of the Pokemon game Pokemon Red, where we see an old man staring into a building and he says these charming words: "Hehe, this gym is great. It's full of women."
I think.
And the other is a scene from an anime where a character says, a female character says,
Pokemon, don't explain Pokemon.
You're okay. Let's take Pokemon then.
Yeah.
Next, we have the apple that made Isaac Newton start to think about the gravity of Earth versus that time of the week where I text Karol, "How was your week?" and he answers, "Fredrik, you won't believe what a horrible week I have had."
I mean, every week is horrible for me. I'm gonna say the week, the message.
Okay. I would okay, I can take the apple then. Well, that was all the slides of this versus. Did you have an interesting time, Karol?
Yes, I did. I didn't know you were go for so deep cuts as to expose me.
Did I expose you?
No,
I just thought that it was some fun little things.
No, I don't feel like you exposed me. I had a lot of fun, and it was fun to see that you brought up things we've talked about. So it wasn't just like one or B. It was like specific to this podcast.
Well, I tried to take topics that is either so general that you could answer them, or topics that I knew that you had heard about.
So thank you that you spent so much time on this, because yeah, it's pretty nice. Thank you.
There were 80 slides, Karol.
God damn. 80 questions.
Yeah. As always, thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed it as much as we have. Don't forget to follow, hit that bell icon, or follow us on socials like Twitter. See you again in the next episode, and have a wonderful day.
Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.